What's good? Back again with another reaction. You know what I'm saying? This video, the kid who terrorized OKC, the story of LA. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But hey, it was like a little 12-year-old who was a little demon, a little rascal, a little gremlin who got fed after 12 or whatever it was, how the movie went. I forgot. It was an 80s, 90s movie. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. Anyways, go ahead and get your ready. I hope y'all rolled yourself a fat one because it's going to be a crazy story. Hope y'all got your hyena with you already, kicked with their little legs kicked though. Kick their heels off. You know what I'm saying? Got some notches on your lap, bro. Y'all passing the blunt back and forth. We go tap into this movie. To this video. This movie. Like, comment, subscribe, watch at the end. Let's get on with this video. Let's check it out. Let's see what's up, bro. Shout out to Hood187. Go ahead and subscribe to original link. Original video link in the description.
Welcome back to Hood187. In today's video, we're diving into the explosive story of LA. Victor Bastillo, also known as LA, was a kid who grew up fat.
Pink ad lips, bro. Fat ass kid.
By the age of 9, he was already running with the Southside Locos, the biggest and most dangerous Hispanic gang in Oklahoma City. The Locos had started back in the 1970s.
That's fucking creeper, spooky, and wicked right there, eh?
70s as a branch of a California Sureños gang and quickly grew to rule the south side of OKC. Their biggest rivals, Grande Barrio Central 23, had been around since the 1980s, and the war between the two has been ongoing for over 2 decades, with no sign.
Are they Northsiders? Because they got red rags and shit?
The 1980s, and the war between the two has been ongoing for over 2 decades, with no signs of slowing down. And by the time Victor was 10, he had already learned how to break into cars, rob people, and even fire a gun. He wasn't just a kid anymore. He was.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was like about 6, story time, we were kicking it. I was like 6, visiting my uncle out here in Phoenix, right? We were mobbing him, me and my older brother, him and his wife at the time, and he took us to a range at night. And he let me hold a little 357 and pull it at one time, bro. That thing almost flew out my hand. Imagine me being a little 6-year-old. That shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Turning into a menace. Victor would even go out of his way just to find his rivals from GB Central.
Both bro. Let me get a box this big, eh? Nah, I want this big, eh? This is holding a burger right here. This has got arthritis, bro. Damn. Octopus finger head.
And it was rumored that he had shot at multiple members of their gang.
That's crazy.
If you saw Victor on the streets, you knew trouble was around. Victor always carried a gun and wasn't scared to use it, no matter who was around.
And I mean, a lot of people knew who he was, you know what I mean? And he had a lot of guns, and he was always putting in work on Centrals. He just did not like them.
But Victor's reputation...
Hey, but this is why you don't underestimate anyone. This is why you cannot underestimate no one. You know what I'm saying? No matter the age, no matter the size, the shape, the way they look, you can't underestimate no one. You know what I'm saying? What's that rapper? Von something off the new Chicago rapper, bro, that's coming up. Shout out to him. He bro looks like a nerd. You know, he got his glasses, you know what I'm saying? But he's a stepper. That's you can't underestimate no one. That's the element of surprise. If anything, they're more dangerous because they got the element of surprise. You might think he's a square walking up the street, and little do you know, he'll pull out that burner and RIP, you know what I'm saying?
Wasn't built by chance. He learned everything from J-Rock, an older gang member who had moved to Oklahoma City from Los Angeles. J-Rock taught Victor and the other Southside Locos how to gangbang and politic correctly.
That's mainly what they want to do, is they want to take out all the GBCs, and GBCs want to take out all the Southside. We'd probably kill them all if we could.
And Victor picked up the lessons fast. It was rumored that he stole guns all over the south side, supplying them to other locos to use on the Barrio Centrals. Even the older members of the gang trusted Victor when it came to firepower. By the time he was 15, Victor's name was known across the city, but not in a good way. Gang intervention specialist Israel Morales described Victor as someone who didn't care if he lived or died as long as it was for the locos. Victor was dangerous, and he'd do anything for the gang. Victor had a short temper and no fear. If he caught rivals marking up loco territory with graffiti, he'd chase them down himself, no matter how outnumbered he was. But Victor's recklessness eventually caught up with him. On May 27, 2006, his temper and dangerous ways finally led to consequences he couldn't outrun. Victor, Sleepy, and a few other Southside locals.
Vote the Sleepy age. I wonder how old he was, bro. Damn.
Locos got in a car and started heading over to the Crossroads mall, but he wasn't there to shop.
Yeah.
Victor was hunting for rival gang members, and the mall, a popular GBC hangout, was the perfect spot to find them. It didn't take long before they spotted a GBC member. Victor would start yelling derogatory terms at the GBC member, shouting, "Fuck cornbreads and CK all day."
Is that him right there, bro? Because that does not look like a 15-year-old. That looks like a full-blown, grown, cowboy hat wearing
Before reaching from under his shirt and pulling out a handgun, Victor fired multiple shots at the GBC member. The gunfire echoing through the mall caused shoppers to panic, scrambling for cover behind trash cans, clothing racks, and anything they could find to shield themselves from the chaos. But Victor wasn't done.
Crazy.
As the GBC member bolted through the crowd, Victor pursued him relentlessly, gun in hand, and Victor squeezed the trigger again and again, emptying his clip as he chased his rival through the chaos. Victor was completely unfazed by the terrified screams around him, but his shots hit their target, wounding the GBC member as he tried to get away. But Victor didn't see what was coming next. 3 police officers on the floor above had heard the gunfire and were already rushing down to stop him. As the officers closed in, they would tell Victor to drop his weapon, but Victor didn't listen.
And I seen Victor all the way across the hall, you know what I'm saying, with a big old hole in his head, with my homeboy just holding it in his arms, you know what I'm saying? And he just died.
Victor's homeboy Sleepy was his right-hand man, but when Victor died, Sleepy had started to reflect on all the life decisions he had made. Killing the Centrals started to feel pointless. The endless cycle of violence began to weigh on Sleepy. Eventually, Sleepy made a choice. He left the streets behind and decided to change his life. He enrolled in college, hoping education could give him the chance to break free from the life he'd known.
But what happened? Did it catch up to him? That's crazy, though. See, that's why sometimes you can't be crashing out, because when you're crashing out and you're too focused on your target and not what's around you, there could be some cops, there could be some pigs right there, bro. It blew a hole through your... Look at what was his name from O Block, bro? The one that got shot in the head. He was chasing, I think he was chasing Quando or his other homie, Lil Tim, and he got hit, bro, by a cop. That's what I'm saying. You can't really, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful about your surroundings. I say don't crash out to begin with, bro. Pick up a camera, go to college, go to school, do whatever it is that you got to do to progress, bro. But this is not what you want to do. You do not get no cool points when you get older. You do get cool points when you make money and you put your family, take your family out the hood and you put them on and help them make them their own money. Teach them how to fish, feed them for a lifetime, give them a fish, feed them for a day. You know what I'm saying? I know I said it backwards, but I'm lit. Let's get back to this video.
Sleepy's goal was simple, to make something of himself and to find a purpose in life outside of gangbanging. Right. Sleepy would go on to join the Oklahoma Police Department, hoping for a better change. But
bro, fucking flip, bro. What the fuck?
The Southside Locos didn't like this at all. They saw Sleepy as a rat and a disgrace to Victor's legacy. Some gang members, like Sleepy, turned their lives around, but others still stayed in the game. They tried to get jobs in the OKC jails to sneak in weapons and drugs. If successful, this could help gang members attack rivals and smuggle in weapons and drugs. However, law enforcement and officials worked hard to stop it. They would even fire people over their past gang affiliations to keep things under control.
Yeah, Jolino, this all comes at a time when the jail is already having a hard time recruiting new jail officers. And Oklahoma County jail leaders say now they've got another challenge to deal with: gang members applying to be jail officers to help commit crimes inside the jail.
At least 3 applicants would
So they were locked in, bro. They're intertwined.
have otherwise passed a background check if not for the jail's partnerships with outside law enforcement agencies. She also told me since forming those partnerships last year, the jail has fired multiple detention officers who'd worked there from a few months to several years because law enforcement uncovered they had gang connections.
But even with rats like Sleepy in the Oklahoma Police Department, they couldn't slow down the Southside Locos. They kept applying more pressure on the Centrals, sending younger members to handle the dirty work. With one young teen even running up to a GBC and shooting him in broad daylight. But as the Southside Locos grew, the Warritos started beefing with them. The tension between the two gangs kept building.
What's a Warrito?
Building until things exploded in June 2012 at the Oklahoma County Jail. Donald, a member of the Southside Locos, got caught up in a fight with the Warritos. Christopher, a member of the Warrito Street Gang, was in jail for a racketeering case tied to the Warrito Gang's illegal activities. Christopher and some other Warrito Gang members attacked Donald. It was later revealed that Donald had been a witness in the case against them, and the Warritos didn't want him talking. In April 2012, police arrested 13 people from the Warrito Gang for racketeering charges, but with Donald still a witness, they had to get rid of him. The Warriors would corner Donald and begin to push on him, knocking him to the ground, and started jumping him, kicking Donald in the face, stomach, and his ribs, causing him serious injuries. The whole thing was caught on camera, but the jail treated it like a minor situation.
Oh, bro. Hey. Some advice, right? If you get flipped to be an informant, allegedly in GTA, this is some advice. Actually, this ain't no advice. I give no advice. This is just non-professional advice. This is just what I would do. This is just what I don't know how to word it. This is not advice though. But if you happen to get flipped as an informant, right, and they start making those little threats, you're gonna stay in jail, whoop de woo woo, this is this and that, just know you are their only leverage to the case. You know what I'm saying? Because you take a deal and you start doing all that, you become a target. And then on top of that, the government is so cold-hearted. They made the streets, literally, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, they're just gonna use you and then toss you aside. You take a deal, whatever, bro. They don't care about your safety. They just want you to go on that stand once you testify, just like old white boy right here. Once you testify, they're gonna be making a face like this. Once you get hit, once you end up doing 30 years, they're gonna say, "Oh, it wasn't in writing. You know what I mean?" And you end up getting messed, like effed over. You pull the short. What is it? You pull the shortest stick of the. You get screwed over, bro. Is what I'm trying to say. Just like bro here, his own homies don't like him, and he probably got screwed over.
A couple of days later, things got even more intense. Word spread about the beating, and the Southside Locos were furious. One of the Juarito gang members, Limpy, was locked up in the Lawton Correctional Facility. Limpy was already serving life for the 2005 murder of a Southside Loco in Spencer. With the Southside Locos planning their revenge from behind bars, they hit up Limpy, attacking him twice in the face, twice in the wrist, and once in the chest. Limpy was rushed to the hospital, but he didn't survive. Limpy's death led to a huge investigation and caused bloodshed on both sides. But the police are still looking into the war between the two gangs and what went on in the jail. But while on the street, the Southside Locos gang was secretly running a huge drug business from behind bars. They were using
Wait, bro, why they throw omega-3 freaking pills? Why the one that caught that, bro? Are they freaking omega-3 pills?
Smuggled into prisons to talk to people outside and plan their dealings. They would have connections in Mexico and would order shipments to Oklahoma City. And with this drug money, they would buy more weapons and more drugs to fund hits on rival gang members.
Wiretaps confirmed prisoners coordinated drug shipments from Mexico while behind prison walls. Law enforcement also seized 200 pounds of drugs, 69 guns, and $300,000 in cash. 35-year-old Eduardo Rosales was sentenced in December and is considered a kingpin of the Southside Locos.
Through their drug operations, the Southside Locos would build a strong bond with black gangs in OKC. This is because most of the Mexican gangs are on the South Side, so they would team up with the Southside black gangs to move drugs all over Oklahoma City. Over the past decade, Mexican gangs have started letting a few black members join their ranks, including Barrio Central 23. Back in the early days of the Southside Locos, black members weren't allowed at all. I was even told by a member that things were so strict with the politics that Mexicans weren't allowed to wear gold chains because it was seen as a black thing.
I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, I got a gold rope chain with my initial or my name on it. I forgot what it was, and I got a gold bracelet. Every single Mexican kid and urban kid and all that, you know what I'm saying, they all got the gold bracelet with the little tab right here. Sometimes it have a name, sometimes it with a little skinny tab, you know what I'm saying, little Cuban link. And you had the rope chain with the little cross on it, or just a regular rope chain, and it had like your name laser cut in gold. Okay, so I don't know how they're looking at this as a black thing, bro. This is just a cultural thing at this point, you know what I'm saying.
But now, with money as the main focus and racial divisions no longer holding weight in Oklahoma, gangs are made up of all races. Thanks for watching another episode of Hood 187. If you enjoyed this video...
That's crazy, bro. If y'all made it to the end, you know what I'm saying, comment 187. Shout out to Hood 187 Reloaded. Video link of the original video in the description. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. This is why you shouldn't underestimate no one, bro. This dude was like 12, 13, I don't know how old he was or how old he said he was, bro. But he was a youngin' doing some crazy, you know what I'm saying? So That's why you can't underestimate no one. Bro here. Hey, I don't know, bro. Y'all made it to the end. I appreciate it. And with that, again, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. We out.